All right, we are live with the. I would call him the.
Hey,
I'd call him the. I don't know what I'm gonna call him. I don't want to. We're gonna call him the master.
a disaster. No, I'm just joking. No.
We'll wait for a few people to hop on. If you just coming on, I know a lot of people are gonna watch the replay because it is late. We had
Oh,
some technical difficulties, but we'll let a few people hop on. Here we go. Now they're hopping on. Okay. For you guys that don't know, you know, you guys probably been following me for a long time. Know I wholesale. Know I do, a lot of multifamily mobile home parks. But this guy right here, there you go. And we're hopping on. Post who you are, where you from when you hop on. There you go. Brent Franklin, Chance DeLome, Alvin. Give us a share, give us a like, give me some love, right? Give me some love for this man right here. Carlos is coming on. He's gonna drop some knowledge for you guys, right? He's a guy that
Franklin. What's up,
he's a
brother?
guy that I've been following probably for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Never got to really meet him until last year at his momentum event he put on, which was a freaking amazing event. They put on some of the best events that I've ever seen. First class, classy guys. This guy is probably one of the best, if not the best, automator of a wholesaling business. If you want to scale, you want to delegate, you want to automate, this is the guy that knows how to do it. Look at that. He's even got his standard operating procedures. He's got his
Yeah, I
his
got my. Yeah, again, we're very KPI oriented. We're very system oriented. We're very, systems processes. I mean, we're really trying to build something for the long haul here. Like this isn't just a side hustle, for us. And you and I both know that happens. That's a very common mistake by a lot of people in the wholesale space, right? It starts out as a side hustle or a full time hustle, and they never truly create and build a business out of it. I don't know if you've
yep.
noticed that. It's like
No, absolutely.
they get trapped in the day to day and their own version of a rat race. Honestly, it's like
One man
you
shows.
know, one man show, right? Owner operator, solopreneur, chasing the next deal, chasing the next deal, chasing the next deal, talking to sellers, coordinating transaction, dispositioning their own deals or fix and flipping their own deals. Um,
Yep.
I haven't done any of that since around, I would say 2018. It took me about 5 years to like really build this thing, systemize this whole machine, automate and delegate it. I'll give you an example, right? If you ask any of my personnel here, which another thing that I would like to discuss is how we've established or transitioned into like the virtual model where I have my core leaders right in the building, right? I got my sales director, my disposition manager, my asset director who oversees all my flips and stuff. And then I have a bunch of VAs under them that are remote, virtual, right?
Folks, he runs his business like a Fortune 500 company,
I
right?
try.
His wholesaling business. But before we get into that, Carlos, there's going to be a lot of people that probably know you, but there's probably going to be a lot of people that don't know you, especially on this page. Tell him who you are, where you're from, how you got to where you're at, because that's why I really like this, man, guys. That you guys that follow me know, like I'm about as raw and real as they get. Sometimes I'm too raw and real, like it gets me in trouble. But this man right here, I really connected with because he speaks from the soul and he speaks from truth, right? And he's not
Absolutely.
here to bullshit you. And we really connected. He spoke in my last mastermind, the Allies mastermind, and really a
That's
joy to
great.
be around. And
I love
it
your
was a good
mastermind
time.
was exceptional. Bro, you need a bigger house, right? Like
Yeah.
it's starting to get out of hand. Like there's so many people that are just man, like they're showing up, they're showing
Yeah.
up, beautiful, amazing people that are pursuing their own growth.
Yeah. Well, just to be transparent, I rented that house across the street on the beach, that 10,000 square foot house. It,
Oh, yeah, you
so
told
we,
me you were gonna,
yeah,
yeah,
we have it for, I'd like to have you at that one. That'll be in December. That'll be the
yeah,
next Allies one. So,
absolutely.
but Carlos is the kind of guy that wears his heart on his sleeve. He's
Absolutely.
very, very honest, ethical. He's got a story. Came from Mexico, came from rags to riches. Why don't you just touch on that, and then we'll kind of build into how you got to where. That way, then they have the 50,000 foot view of who you are, where you come from, and how you got to where you're at, Carlos.
Absolutely, bro. So, I was born in Mexico, and I was born into extreme poverty there. at your mastermind, I showed a picture of the house that I grew up in, which my grandfather built with his, with his own bare hands, literally plywood, 4x4. The ceiling or the roof was laminate. Like you can hear it when it rained. You can hear every drop. Dirt floors, dirt roads, no fridge, fireplace to cook the food and heat up the water. No plumbing, no electricity. Like we had those gas lamps, those butane lamps, right? Washing board in the back, where we would wash our clothes. We would hang our clothes on these lines, right? These wire lines, right? You've probably seen some of that in your
for
area,
sure.
right? Like,
Yeah.
But back house. My grandfather built the back house where we would use the restroom. My mother just wanted more for us, and it's your typical immigrant story. Like my mother in the late 80s, made the journey to the United States of America on a passport. She worked the fields. She got amnesty. She got her paperwork, her immigration status, and then she went back for me. And she got me in here the first time through California. It was a San Isidro border town by TJ, Tijuana, Mexico, near San Diego, California. Snuck me in through a sewer canal, and me and my brother, we came through a sewer canal, went to Escondido, California, part of San Diego County. We lasted about a year and a half there. We failed. We failed miserably. All the years of sacrifice. My mother left us for about 2 years at my grandmother's house. And our man, like it was pretty disheartening, like to fail after all those years of sacrifice, getting into this country illegally and taking all those risks and making all those sacrifices. Went back to Mexico. I started bagging groceries. My mother started cleaning hotel rooms. We put together a plan where she would come over to Phoenix, Arizona. And, she came over to Phoenix. And then in 1997, I was around the 7th grade. She snuck me through a fence, started my paperwork process, immigration process. And, after, man, I went through so much. Like it was expensive. It was extensive. I got a work permit first. And then, I did good. It's like you got to prove yourself in the immigration system, right? Which is probably why a lot of people, again, you got to walk a fine line, Yeah. So, because if you drink and drive, if you have a felony, a misdemeanor, you're gone. You're back. You're out of here, right? Rightfully so, by the way, because I feel if you're going to come into this country, you got to try to be a productive member of society. So we did it. We did it the wrong way, and then my mom was like, "Let's do this the right way." Let's do this the right way. So with the little bit that she had, she started getting our paperwork process going, and got a work permit first. Stayed out of trouble. And then I got a green card, which was a permanent resident card. And then I proved myself there. And 5 years later, I was eligible and I qualified to become a citizen. Well, it was an extensive process, man. But bro, I would do it all over again. Like this is the greatest.
But you know what, Carlos? I love this story because this is what in my following they know how I feel about this country and they know how I feel about hard work. I don't think you should have an easy life.
Brother,
the hard life has made you the man that you are today. Crazy, my daddy used to beat me like a dog. You saw this, you'd probably be mad. My daddy would work. If he knew I went on a Friday night, he would intentionally wake me up on a Saturday morning at 5:30 to cut the grass, even though we cut the grass last week. And I hated him for it, but it made me the man. It put that work ethic. And I see a lot of the same, obviously I didn't come from a different country, but you come from that, grassroots hard work. And I love that, man.
Well, absolutely, bro.
I love that.
I feel like a lot of people in this country take the opportunities that are here for granted. Not only that, but a lot of people in this country are becoming lazy, entitled. Opinion. Their opinion is towards things that don't even matter. It's like, this is not the same country that I came into, and I feel like it's our responsibility as not only leaders in our households, but leaders in our industry and, having a platform. It's our responsibility to let people know, hey, we need to get back to our roots. We need to get back to the America that was, and in my opinion, it still is, even though folks are trying to take that away from us, right? The greatest country on earth. Everybody who complains about this country, have they ever lived in another country? Have they ever depended on, you know, a guy coming up in a truck to deliver water, so you can have water for the week. You get what I'm saying? So you can have these 5-gallon jugs of water, so you can, you know, so you can have butane lamps lighting up your household. You know, dirt floors. Like, no, if they've never lived in those other countries, they really don't know how good they have it here. And
guys, share this stream and tag somebody that needs to hear this story, who's maybe struggling, or maybe they're spoiled rotten and they just needed to hear this story. Share this with your friends, because Carlos is going to tell you a cool story, and it's going to end with something that's going to be super cool that he's going to invite you to, that I'm going to be a part of. Some of the who's who of people in real estate are going to be there. So, but tag and share this right now if you get a chance.
Man, if I can share, am I able to share a screen here? No, right? Yeah, I actually could.
You should be able to.
Yeah, share screen. Brother, I could share a screen.
Share it.
Check this out. Look at this. So what I want to do is I want to invite people to a no fluff, no bullshit, right? Not a sales pitch type of environment, where it's literally extremely high frequency as far as energy and intention, right? You can feel that people just want to help you. That's Tim's story last year, right? Tim's story last year. There was like 800 people. It was 758 people in this room. That's this guy saying, "Hey, I got out of prison and I'm doing this." Look at all the look at all the people there. It was absolutely amazing, man. Look at that. It was packed, right? So what I want to share is we got Mr. Ed Milet in the building. Do you see that?
No, we don't. I don't. That's what I was about to say. I don't see anything.
You don't.
I see you.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can share it.
Yeah, show them the lineup, Carlos. If you can do that.
That's what I'm trying to do. Maybe, let me see, window. Yeah. How about this? Can you see that or no?
Nope, I still see you.
Stop sharing. Wow. Okay. Stop screen sharing. Okay. All right. So I'll say this. You know, if I can't share much, but what I'll say is this, man. You got 2 days of packed, real education, real curriculum, real servants who actually care about people, not just profit. You know, 99.99% of the events out there are geared for one thing and one thing only. First and foremost, they don't give a shit about you. I'm sorry. You know, that's the God's honest truth. I've been doing events for 4 years.
Well, if we're gonna go that route, let's just call it what it is, Carlos. Most people are full of shit, dude, including most influencers. Let's just be real.
They are. They don't. For them, it's profit over people. Yeah. People like you and me, bro, we really do care about relationships. We really do care about the people that put their belief and their trust in us, right? And that's what I put together for Freedom. And like, if people are wondering, like, hey, man, you know, what's up, Chris? Well, you know, because you're one of the keynote speakers at this event. Well, I want people to understand that this event is no fluff, and I'm gonna give people a breakdown of what this event consists of. That way they know. This event consists of mobile home acquisitions training, mobile home monopoly training, which is Mr. Chris Root, luxury flip training by multiple people that are doing it at the highest levels, right? Building and scaling a 7-figure real estate wholesale operation, multifamily investing training, metaverse and NFT Web3 by Ryan Pineda, short-term rentals, Airbnb by TJ Tajani, who's really good, sales training by Steve Trang. You know, he's a great sales trainer.
Yeah, 100%.
Processes with my integrator, my business partner, Mr. Sal Shakir. Disposition training with some of the best disposition people in the country. Hedge funds collaboration training, mindset creative financing training, spiritual development by my personal spiritual mentor, Mr. Christian Doc Ferris, who's a pastor out in Tampa. Building real estate development training, right, by Chris Senegal, one of the biggest, most baddest developers in the country in Houston. You know, so we're going to teach, literally give you real education that you can go home. If you implement and execute just 3 things from whatever niche you decide to get into, you can make multiple 6 figures or multiple 7 figures, depending how far you want to take it. And that's what you're going to get at that weekend. And just to name a few people, Ed Milet will be in the building, Pace Morby, right? Emily Frisella, which is Andy Frisella's wife. More than likely, he'll be in the building. Yeah. Max Maxwell, Ryan Pineda, Alex Sainz, Sal Shakir, me, Jamil Damji, Jerry Norton, Flipping Mastery. That's one of my brothers. I love that dude. I got to connect you guys, by the way. You'll love that guy. Steve Trang, Cesar Pena, who has 3,000 doors across New Jersey, multifamily. Mr. Chris Root himself, right? Alex Youngblood, who has the biggest, Facebook group in the country, houses full time. Chris Senegal, development. TJ Tajani, Airbnb, Doc Ferris, Chris Krohn. I mean, the lineup is pretty stacked, and everybody isn't there to do a pitch fest. Everybody's in there to bullshit you. These people are true servants, and they truly do put people over profit. And this is why everybody got to get out here to Scottsdale, Arizona on May 13th and May 14th. And that's what I want to tell everybody that's viewing, man. Like, you can't beat it. Like, you can't.
You're not, guys. You're gonna get 20. I think there's 20 people that are there. You're gonna get 20 people. All their products and services. I don't hide them. When I go on stage, I don't hide nothing. I've heard Carlos speak multiple times. He tells you everything he's doing. It's not a pitch fest, like he says. Just like if you come to my event, it's not a pitch fest. It's like, hey, if you want to work with the guy, great. Here's everything I'm doing. If you want to work with me, great. If not, no big deal. But I'm telling you, Carlos is one of the good guys. He's one of the real dudes that's doing real things. You need to get out to this event. Like the guy's got a huge operation. He's got it automated. He's got it scaled. He's got it, delegated. It's no bullshit. Like he's really doing what he's saying.
Brother, let me give you some real numbers, right? And one of my business partners is right there. As an organization, our goal, our forecasted goal, by the way, this is according to our KPIs, right? Our goal as an organization between real estate, softwares, medical, across different sectors is $42 million as a goal for this year. Now, if we get to 30, 35, 40, I'm not going to be crying, right? My goal from real estate alone this year is $10 million. That's my goal from single family residential wholesaling and fix and flipping. That's the goal. You can ask my sales director, John Hutton, hit him up, JONHUTTON. Hey, what's your real estate goal this year? It's $10 million. And guess what? I'm going to be presenting specifically on how to build, scale, automate, and delegate your operations. So what would that do for you? Well, you'll finally actually gain some real financial freedom, and you won't be stuck in the day-to-day operations of talking to sellers, coordinating transactions, dispositioning your own deals. I'm going to show you how to build a machine so that you can actually have real financial freedom and spend the time with your family doing the things that you love and not have to worry about what? Money. People's biggest concern is money, right? That's what I want to teach people how to do, because that's what I do. Think about it this way, brother, right? My goal is $10 million for real estate, specifically single-family residential. Bro, I dedicate 1 hour a week. That is my level 10 leadership meeting every Monday at 10 in the morning where the guys, my leaders, just catch me up on everything that's going on. And if they need anything from me, but bro, the last 30 days, 26 deals, $1.25 million from those 26 deals that's going to be generated. It's going to be generated through fix and flipping, which is about 80% of my operation right now. And the other 20% is national wholesaling. So I'm going to teach everybody how to actually build and automate and delegate a machine so you can actually be a business owner, right? Like most people, 99% or 95% of real estate entrepreneurs out there, they're slaves to their business, right? Phone here, phone here, phone here, phone here, appointment here, right? Like it's you're never going to really achieve.
And Carlos is not beating y'all up that doing that, because we all went through that. We all started. I started at the back of my truck with 500 bandit signs out a day for like 2 years until I built. Then I got an assistant. Then I got an acquisition guy. So we're not beating you up. We're just telling you what's possible, right? We have about 25 people on our team between all of our departments. But dude, I didn't do that overnight. Carlos has probably got more people than that, dude. Yeah, it took me. I've been doing this. I've been full-time real estate for 7 years, part-time for like 15 years, really focused for about the past 5 years too. But it takes extreme focus. It takes dedication. He's not selling you a bill of goods, just like we talk about all the time. It's going to be hard work, but he's got a blueprint, right? And all the speakers have a blueprint that are coming. So you got to understand that. Like Carlos throwing out numbers, that's no bullshit numbers. I know he's not. Yeah, post in the comments if you want to get the tickets and how they can get the tickets and go to the link. But he's not bullshitting. Like me and Carlos make millions of dollars every year. Look, no bullshit. I'll show you. Today, I just refinanced the property, a short-term Airbnb. We just refinanced $450,000 tax-free today. I held that property for 4 years, right? What I'm trying to tell you, it takes hard work and time. I got involved with events like this probably 6-7 years ago. And what happens is you build momentum. You get around these people that inspire you, right? Carlos is going to inspire you. What does inspire means? Through the spirit,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You got to be
Motivated.
inspired.
Not
No
motivated.
bullshit. Yeah, not motivated, inspired, because motivation will leave you. Motivation is like eating a bunch of sugar and Starburst and Kit Kats, and you got a bunch of energy. You want to be inspired where you can freaking go. Inspired. No bullshit. Yeah, not motivated, inspired.
Is that you?
Motivation will leave you. Motivation is like what is that? Is that what happened? I hear a bunch of, okay, there it is. It's gone. Can you hear me now? You can hear me?
Holy smokes. Yeah, I can not only hear you, but I actually it's transcribed. There's letters coming in. You got I love it. Subtitles. Beautiful. We're in the game.
Awesome.
We went from not having a connection to now we got subtitles. This is a great thing.
Shit, I don't even know how that happened. I usually do this from my computer. We were having problems here, but for you guys hopping on, this is Carlos Reyes, multi-million-dollar wholesaler. He's putting on this event called Freedom. It's going to be what's the dates and the where's it going to be at?
May 13th and May 14th, brother. And let me just say this: why is it the #1 real estate event in the country? I'll tell you why. Because we did it in 2019, and we had 500 people, and then we did it in 2020 when everybody was scared to do anything. And then we did it in 2021 when everybody was scared and everybody's like, no. And we did it, and 758 physical bodies showed up. And now we're coming back bigger and better. And I'm telling you, brother, remember this conversation. If we don't get 1,000 people in the building, that's okay. But it's going to be bigger and better even the next time. Like right now, it's going to be the biggest and the best it's ever been, because again, the speaker lineup is crazy. I'm very selective with the people that I invite to speak. You know that, and you're the same way. You're the same way, right?
100%.
But you know, this is going to create such a ripple effect for the future. So I've seen so many miracles happen specifically at Freedom, and I'll give you an example. Freedom was happening last year. And then Tim Story happened to be in the same hotel building, and it's the same hotel. Tim Story is like a world-known speaker.
Yep.
And he comes up to me and says, hey, what's going on? I'm like, oh, hey, brother, I've seen you around. Like, what's going on? Well, what do you got going on? Oh, I'm having an event. It's called Freedom. There's 758 people in the building. Oh, can I check it out? So he goes and checks it out. And then Sal's like, do you want to speak? And Tim's like, yeah, okay, give me 15 minutes. We gave the guy like 30 to 45 minutes, and he blew the roof. It wasn't even supposed to happen, but God made it happen. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Magic will happen at this event. Be ready. Are you going to learn a bunch of niche curriculum? Absolutely. Step by step by step by step by 20 of the brightest minds in the country, but expect a spiritual transformation to happen. That's what you should expect. You will not go home. You will not go home the way you came. I guarantee that.
100%. And look, guys, I went to Momentum last year, and it was probably a smaller, more high level.
It was small, and it was like over 200 people, 250 people, and it was like you got to be doing deals.
Right.
This one,
it's for anybody.
It's for everybody.
Right. It's if you're brand new, maybe you hadn't even done any real. Maybe you're a nurse, maybe you're an engineer, or maybe you have a job and you're making 40, 50 grand a year, and you just said, man, I see all these guys doing real estate, making really good money, and I want to do the same thing. Dude, me and Carlos ain't no different than you. You hear? I promise you, I'm no different than you. I just have an insane work ethic. I know Carlos has got an insane work ethic, and we believed in ourselves.
Here at 7:30 at night, man. Look at this. Everybody left. Look. Everybody left. You see that?
And he owns the company, folks, and he's still out there putting
everybody left, bro. I'm still here. And you can't teach work ethic. You just can't teach work ethic, So I'm so excited It's what about the soon to be crash when I snap my fingers? If anybody, by the way,
Crash.
Mike, if anybody tells you that they know exactly the time, the day, the time of when we have a reset or some type of correction to this market, they definitely are full of crap.
Yeah, no,
They
no
definitely are
doubt
full of
about that. And Mike,
crap, right?
dude, if it crashes, great. I'm going to get richer than I am now. I mean, because I'm going to buying more deals. In a wholesaling business will get even better too. The flips may slow down a little bit, but wholesaling will stay solid. I went through one crash and still wholesaling. We crushed it in 2014 here in Louisiana because everybody lost their jobs and people needed to sell their property, right? So honestly, if there's a crash, real estate investors do better in a
You
crash.
adapt. You
There's
adapt.
more
I mean, what?
opportunities.
Yeah. You know, what's the difference between, like, we always buy at a discount as it is. Like, what happened? I mean, all we do is buy at a deeper discount. Like if a house is worth 300K right now, and in a few months or a year or two, that same $300,000 house is worth $200,000 house. I'm just buying lower. Like, that's the beautiful part about being a savvy investor. Like, you adapt with, and you adapt with the changes. You know what I mean?
And here's the thing, too, guys, I like about this event. To make it, I've almost been bankrupt twice in my entrepreneur career. I've been doing this shit for 20 years. The only thing that's ever saved me is I was always super diversified. And what I love about this event, there's such a diversification of different speakers. You're going to learn so many skill sets. You're going to learn the art of wholesaling on a big scale. You're going to learn about apartments. You're going to learn about Airbnbs. You're going to learn about mobile home parks. You're going to learn about all these different aspects, which you don't want to be in just one of them, right? So you definitely want to learn how to wholesale because that's the fundamentals. You scale that, you start stacking the cash, and then you could dump your money into these different asset classes, Airbnbs, mobile home parks, or apartments. So that's what I love about real estate. It's so dynamic, folks. You can have your fingers in a lot of different things when you're doing real estate. You don't have to. Everybody says don't chase too many squirrels. You're not going to catch any. In the real estate game, all these different spokes are in the same wheel, right? Wholesaling, flipping, mobile home parks. It's all the same wheelhouse, but you're going to learn all these different strategic advantages. And that's all this is going to be. It's going to be people that have a strategic advantage. They're no smarter than you. They just know something you don't know. Don't be intimidated to come over here and talk to these guys. I'll come up to you and shake your hand and talk to you like I've been knowing you since we played T-ball together or something. It don't matter. And Carlos is the same way. Like, I want to help you help the world. Like, do I want to, would I sit here and tell you, hey, Chris, well, you charge for coaching? Yeah, I charge for coaching, but there's got to be an exchange, right? But I'm not going over that to even push coaching. I will go over there and give you the shirt off my back. Carlos is going to give you everything. I'm telling you, get your ass to this event. Any of you guys have any questions? I see a few questions for you, Carlos.
Yeah, so I put it at 10freedom.com. If they use the code family200, they get $200 off. So instead of paying $300 for general admission, they can come for $97.
Wait, they can come for $97.
$97.
Dude.
And the reason I did that is because an event that changed my life, it's called Flip to Freedom, and it was $97.
Guys,
$97 changed my life back in 2014.
If you can't afford this, then yeah, I mean, you better just rob, steal, murder, cheat, get the money. Find it, figure it out. $97. And if you don't, I know it's in Phoenix. So if you don't live in Phoenix, just catch a train, right? Figure it out. Get over there. This is going to be a life-changing event, guys. You can't afford not to come. Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's see. How long did it take you to fire yourself from certain positions?
Personally, it took me about 4 years. My first successful hire was an acquisition manager because acquisitions was taking up about 80% of my time during the day. Once I hired that first acquisition manager, I was able to start, transitioning into other areas, other departments, and growing them and working on the business. So I would say for most 9 out of 10 times, you definitely want to make a successful acquisition manager because you don't want to stop. You don't want to stop your marketing. You don't want to stop. Your deal flow. The number one principle, the number one rule in this business is keep getting deals because it takes money to start growing other departments, to hire people, to increase your marketing, right? To niche down your marketing strategy. So never stop the marketing and never stop the acquisition side of this part of the business.
That's awesome.
I might get robbed before I can pay the 97 in Phoenix. It's in Scottsdale, so you'll be fine, Mike.
Carlos, could you briefly touch on getting to the point of being able to delegate the C-suite
Yep.
position?
Yeah, so I just made a hire. He starts April 25th, 26th. I hired a COO. This gentleman, I'm starting him at $120,000 a year, and he's plus bonuses and stuff like that. But what I love about this hire is that this person comes very well recommended and very well referred. He actually helped the royal family in Dubai exit their company at 150 million. So I'm going to have this person come in and take over 2 operations. And what happens is when you start to hire C-suite level executives, now everything that you've built, they can not only sustain, but they can actually grow. And 100% of his time and his energy and his focus is better than 10% of mine.
100%. Love that, guys. And you guys are gonna think it's scary to scale, but once you start scaling, right, and you'll start adding different positions, different businesses. Like right now, we're starting an AC company because I've gotten to a point where I've worked myself out of my business. I'm looking for something else to do. You'll realize that you're gonna get back so much of your time, and it's easier to run a 25-man operation than it is to run a 1 or 2 man operation, right? Because you don't have economies of scale, right? So you got to get out of this mind. You want to go big. You don't want to have a small team. And that's Carlos is going to show you how to create this huge team.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, a 1 to 3 man show, you're always having to worry about stuff. Like I gotten so big to where I don't have to worry about the day-to-day problems at all. Like only it's if somebody's like, we have to have a catastrophe for the manager to call me, right? But you have to have a large organization to do that. Carlos is going to show you how to do that.
And it's okay, guys. You gradually get there. It's not something that happens overnight. You gradually and strategically get there. Don't be in such a hurry, right? Kevin says, what do you think about all this hyperinflation? It's harder to get reasonable deals. No, we're actually having the best time of our lives.
That's too.
We know how to get the deals. And like my man says, the skills get the deals, right? So
that's right.
We just got to give you the right systems, the right processes, and the right strategies, brother. And that's why you definitely cannot afford not to come.
That's right. Any other questions, guys, for Carlos? We want to respect his time and
thank you, brother, for doing this. And I know that leave this up, and I hopefully some people come make the trip. And I can tell you this: I 100 refund guarantee. If you don't get your value right, I will refund you the $97. Right. So I promise to God, man, this will be the best event that you'll attend this year, or one of the best events you've ever attended in your life, for sure.
Brandon said, will there be a taped version of the event?
We don't really do that. We like the physical and the spiritual and the energetic aspect of it. We're not really big on the virtual stuff. We really try to keep that energy at a super high calibration.
Yeah, you want to be in the room, man. That's where the magic is going to happen. It's going to raise your vibration. It's going to raise your vibration so much, and you're going to leave on a high. I know. I go to these events all the time, especially Carlos. He knows how to put on an event, guys.
Yes,
guys, if you're just watching this, because we're going to have a lot of people watch the replay, watch it from the beginning. Follow Carlos. Carlos, where can they follow you at?
Just Carlos Reyes on Instagram. Carlos Reyes on Instagram or Facebook. When is it? May 13th, May 14th in Scottsdale, Arizona. Go to attendfreedom.com. Use the coupon code FAMILY200 to take your GA, your general admission, from $300 to $97. You cannot afford to miss this event. Go look at the lineup. Go to attendfreedom.com. Ed Milet, Jamil, Paige.
Can you post that? Did you post the link in there?
Yes, I did. It's in the comments.
Okay, perfect. It's in the comments if you're watching this on the replay.
Yes, sir. Well, my brother, I appreciate the hell out of you, and man, I can't wait to see you, bro, in a few weeks. You and Big Mama Rude, and God bless you, man, and love you, brother, and sending blessings your way.
Likewise, brother. You've been a blessing in my life. I want to make sure that we're reciprocating that.
Bro. It's just the beginning. Watch.
Yeah, love it, man. All right, guys. Well, you guys follow Carlos, and looks like he accidentally popped off on accident. But give Carlos a follow. He's a great guy. He's oh, I didn't stop that sign. He's a true giver, man. I got to hang out with him, and really connected, right? He's just somebody that I think he has good intentions, right? You know, when you're around certain people and you can feel the good intention. The dude's got good intentions, right? And that's what you got. You want to be around those types of people. So hope everybody enjoyed this. I have my own mastermind coming up at the end of June, June 24th and 25th. If you guys been following the post today, I got a Navy SEAL inked to come from SEAL Team 6. The most elite special forces unit on the planet. He's going to come talk on mindset and how to handle the pressures of combat, right? Because at the end of the day, business is a lot like, I wouldn't say it's a lot like combat, but you have the pressure where we may not lose our lives, but we may lose everything financially, right? We may die financially, right? And I think from a SEAL's point of view, they're trained on how to handle high pressure situations and how to handle stress and how to push through, maybe losses, right? And he's going to come and talk to you guys about stuff like that, right? So get your tickets to that. Inbox me if you want to come to that mastermind. If you need just some coaching, go to chrisreed.com. Come out to Carlos's event. $99 to listen to 20 speakers who are experts at what they do. Dude, you can't beat that, right? You can't beat that with a stick. So I'll be out there, and we're gonna shake it up, and we're gonna make mobile home parks great again, and we're gonna show you how to become a badass investor. Okay, so all right, folks, that is a hell of a deal, Kevin. I mean, it's ridiculous. That's right. At least we'll die fighting for freedom. That's right. He does have good vibes, Kevin. You'll feel him. You'll feel his spirit, man. He's a good dude. Comes from nothing. Comes from Mexico. Freaking worked his ass off to build what he's built. That's the kind of dudes that I respect and that I want to rub shoulders with, right? So anyway, hope you guys have a good night. I know it's late, and you're just coming on. Watch the replay. Get your tickets to that event, and I'll see you guys on the next live. Peace.